why are C-131 Rick and Prime Rick so similar? You'll never guess that this is actually the production team paying off a foreshadowing from the first season. Do you remember Season 1, Episode 6, when the Prime Dimension became a world of Cronenberg monsters? And protagonist Rick clearly stated when switching dimensions that the Prime Dimension and C-131 dimension are almost identical. This means that both Prime Beth and C-131 Beth had the same experiences as children. But here comes a bug. When Prime Beth was a child, Prime Rick invented the portal gun, then left home and founded the Galactic Federation. But in the setting of Rick and Morty, only Prime Rick and protagonist Rick can invent the portal gun, C-131. Rick clearly doesn't have this ability. Perhaps to pay off the foreshadowing in the Season 8 finale, the production team made a clever design. That is, they designed the appearances of Prime Rick and C-131 Rick to be extremely similar. This fits the setting that the two dimensions are extremely similar. And it's worth noting that the portal gun of C-131 Rick here has no core, which also fits the setting that only Prime Rick and protagonist Rick can invent the portal gun. It has to be said that the Rick and Morty production team is really meticulous with details. However, some people think that the Rick here is actually Prime Rick, but in fact, if you observe carefully, you'll find that Prime Rick has a strand of white hair here, while C-131 Rick does not. In addition, there's actually another bug here. If the experiences of the two dimensions are similar, this means that when protagonist Rick came to the Prime Dimension and met Prime Beth, something similar happened in the C-131 dimension. So it's very likely that in Season 1, Episode 6, the Rick who was blown up probably not the Rick from the C-131 dimension, but from another dimension like protagonist Rick.